This is a certified hood classic.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Hey, now.
The individuals depicted have been arrested but not convicted at the time of story postings. This information does not infer or imply guilt of any actions or activity other than their arrest. We make no warranty or guarantee as to the accuracy of this data.
All right, so we're in the court. It is time. I love it. Plagiarism. It works perfectly, though. Thanks, guys.
It is great, right? We play that at the beginning of everything. We stay out of trouble.
That's right.
Come on.
I love that.
Plus, you get some man gum in there. Are you kidding me? Don't get no better than that.
Oh, that's great. Glad to see everybody. It is Tuesday, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Short week. Strange.
Yeah,
week.
we're heading towards Thanksgiving. Also, we're in the middle of this.
Why we don't add a fourth M on there and just say that it's brought to you by Mangum himself.
Mangum's mega membership marathon.
Right. All right. So we got some court. Mary is ready to go.
Mary's got the professional setup there in the basement.
She does.
I know this is looking kind of weird, but it's a civil warrants creed, I believe they're called.
I think she's giving you a run for your money. I think that she is an artiste. Is that not a painting done by Miss Mary Feline?
Maybe.
Oh, wait.
Possible. I can't.
Wait.
There it is. We were holding back for copyright, but there it is.
If we go black, it's all
because of that.
It's all Mangum's fault and
the painting. No, I did tell Mangum in comments that I was going to steal the opener until I got a shout out.
We're holding it hostage. Going to use it to our. I love that. That's actually
civilian warrant applications. KCC has said. Thank you, Paisley.
Yeah.
Real quick overview of the cast here. We got a beautiful bunch of people. We got Peter Wang, which is a double entendre, I believe. Peter Wang.
I'm sorry. I wish you could see my comments right now. Go ahead. I got to take a video of this. You gotta see
go ahead. Take your time. But yeah, Peter Wang.
StreamYard never F's up. Never.
Oh, never. Ever.
Oh, good. Now it's doing it.
Good. Peter Wang is here. Cast the characters. By the way, this court went for 6 hours yesterday. Right on up till midnight last night, pretty much.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. What's this? Watch this here. Watch them disappear at the bottom. Watch. Now they disappear, then go back, disappear, then it goes completely disappear. Just flipping all over everywhere. But nothing to StreamYard. It's not StreamYard's fault. It's something to do with Google. And that's what they'll tell you, anyways.
Yeah. So, we're going to find out. Judge Heard is going to hear what these people have to say. And then we're going to head to a TPO about a mom and a daughter in a hot tub. Woohoo! Juicy.
If I miss anything today, I will release her. It's because of my skipping of comments. Just go blank. Can't make it up. I just want one day where everything works. One day. No Creed frames, no comments, no comment skipping.
Wang. Brighter.
Oh my God! Look at Justin's.
That's
hey, Steven.
Hey, Steven's here. Shout out to Steven. Yeah, make sure you get those membership gifts in. Make sure you got them turned on.
Love that. Appreciate everybody. Hi, Steven.
Yeah, go ahead. I got your information. Just make sure I pull it up.
Heard.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome.
In DeKalb County, and I became ill several years ago and fell behind on mortgage payments. And during that time, I was seeking some of the methods that might be able to help me with mortgage relief. I took a class. I went to a class that I was invited to by a colleague of mine, but the people who were presenting were all strangers to me. There was someone that was on the phone named Mark Manning who was doing some of the telephonic information, and we did some classes even after that, and the things that he gave me to do nothing work. I had recently filed Chapter 13 in order to avoid a foreclosure threat, and everything that he was attempting to do to help me failed. So he ended up putting me in contact with someone that he said was extraordinary in this particular arena. His name was Danny Boykins. And he said that Mr. Boykins was in Florida and he'd been helping so many people so many times, so much so that he was being now pursued by police and put in jail for helping so many people and putting liens against attorneys. And he was just that good. So he made it sound like he was kind of a political prisoner.
Is that really a good thing? A political prisoner, Creed.
But you help out a bunch of people and you go to jail. That makes sense. That seems logical.
I mean, he's helped so many people
Yeah.
and crushed the hand of the courts so many times that he has become basically a political prisoner. They are just, really gone on him. Really,
some of the names that she's used does sound a little
Boynkin.
He was currently in jail. He put me on a three-way call with him. We talked maybe just 5
From
minutes.
jail.
Said that he could help me with my situation and that he would be out in a few days. We were supposed to talk again later that day. That didn't happen. I didn't hear back from him until he texted me maybe a month later and said that he was out. And that
Hold
he
on.
wanted to
Creed. I believe Mr. Boynkin's on the phone right now. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm patching you through, Boynkin.
Hey, Creed. This is Boynkin here.
Yeah, hey, Boynkin.
Yeah, I can help you. I know I'm currently incarcerated,
Yes.
but I feel like
For helping lots of people, right?
I've helped so many people. They've locked me up and thrown away the key. But here's the thing. I'll be out in a couple of days. I'm going to need you to give me a place to stay. I heard you got an extra room. I can just come over and stay with you.
Yeah.
And I promise you.
Stay right here on the floor if you want to.
This is no BS, brother. I can get you $18,000 in free money. That's right. Let me put on my jacket. Let me put on my jacket with the question marks all over it. $18,000 in free money that's going to free up and get you into that new dream home. Forget about rent and Creed. Them days is over. I'm going to get you in a house. And it's going to cost you absolutely positively nothing. But I'm going to need you to wear a beautiful African hat.
Are you related to the Boykin that used to hang out with Rob? You remember the big dude.
Yeah.
Christopher.
Boinkin, and Nod. I used to hang out with them boys all the time. We were a hip-hop group. Hallelujah. Oh, my time's up.
Thank you, Mr. Boynkin.
Thank you, Boynkin.
He had family up here. And he had also heard from Mr. Manning that I was a medical doctor and that I helped people reverse stage 4 cancer, but that a caregiver.
Only stage 4 cancer?
So he then introduced me to a friend of his that he said was his best friend with stage 4 cancer. He was going to be the caregiver. We talked on the phone, and then he.
Hold on. Who's he? We got people say people's names.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay, so Mr. Boykins spoke with me by phone. Told me that he had a best friend.
Quick question. Is she in a bathroom and has covered up like some things with a world map, or are we just in a odd closet or something? I didn't even know.
She did say she had declared bankruptcy, Chapter 13. But Boynkin, was turning things around. So maybe a bathroom stall somewhere?
Maybe.
Allegedly.
Interesting spot. I like Jason's map better.
Cancer that wanted to come up and have care in my property and in my home. I had 2 houses that were side by side.
She's a doctor.
Open houses for the cancer patients to come with their caregiver. And then in the house next door, we've renovated the lower level so that I can provide care and consultations to teach people how to get themselves cancer-free naturally. So
hold on.
I think some of those people showed up on our Facebook chat and then covered you up. You know those, the cancer people.
So this lady, she's a doctor, and what she does is she doctors people with only stage 4 cancer. If you're showing up for her, if you're writing a check, you got to have the stage 4 cancer. And by the way, make sure you bring somebody to take care of you to stay in her other house so she can help you get rid of cancer naturally.
Chris,
Look at Chris doing the Lord's work. Thank you.
I think you guys might be right that it's covering up like a mirror or something. I do. I'm feeling like it's a bathroom.
Best friend Tony as a 3-way for us to do the introduction.
Whoa.
And after that conversation, Mr. Boykin said that he was going to be coming up to Georgia 2 or 3 days before Tony in order for him to just get out of Florida because he didn't want there to be a lag time with him staying there and somebody else come and put him in jail for frivolous reasons. I saw nothing wrong with that, told him, come on, you just pay your utilities. And
running from the law.
We'll go from there. Mr. Boykins also asked me if I would be willing to detox him and do a kind of barter so that the mortgage business that he was helping me with, we'd be able to barter off some of the time that he spent in prison to get him off of some of the jail foods and the medications that he took. I said, fine, that's wonderful. So he came up, and 2 to 3 days later, no patient. A couple days after that, still no patient. And every time that I asked, where is this patient, and attempted to move forward to, let's get the utilities paid. Why don't you just sign a lease for yourself? But let's also start working on my paperwork. He was very evasive. Originally, he started making, I guess what you would call passes at me. And because I'm a female in the medical profession, I've had that happen before. I was always able to diffuse it. So his conversation would maybe go to, okay, he's got 10 babies.
Humble brag.
Got this during the history. And he wants to have more kids to, maybe I should have some of his kids. And I'd be like, no, we're not going to do that. Let's get back to the work. So I was always able to redirect it back. As time went on, his inappropriate statements became a little bit more frequent. And the first time that he actually touched me inappropriately, put his hands on me, was September 3rd when we had an office appointment, the first appointment in my office for me to start detoxing him. At the same time, I had been asking repeatedly about the mortgage process that he would do, and he was still vague and evasive and refused to give me the information, stating that it was private, it was personal, intellectual property. He didn't want anyone to steal it, and that I wouldn't understand it even if he did tell me what it was. So he didn't want to go into
Stupid bitch. You'll never
Let me
understand.
ask you a question. I don't mean to cut you off, Ms. Dr. Goodman. Kind of give me a little bit about your background. You said you're a medical doctor?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit. Go ahead.
I am an OBGYN by training. Okay. Undergraduate school at Cornell University, medical school, University of Medicine and Dentistry in New Jersey. My residency was done in the South Bronx at Bronx Lebanon.
Hold on. Stop. Did she just say she's a coochie doctor and a dentist?
I thought that Paisley, their kitchen court, was messing with us. She really is an OBGYN and apparently a dentist.
So at the same time, are we getting both these things taken care of? I mean,
maybe it was coochie cancer stage 4. I don't know.
No, but she reminds me of a lady I saw help on another famous lady.
So are you saying we're going to get a tent? We're going to go out in the middle of nowhere. We're going to do some ayahuasca together.
We're getting in the sauna suit. We're gonna do some enemas. Ooh, this all doesn't sound good. None of it.
Hey, call me Rose. Thank you. I had I was slipping through a lot of scam things on the old Reddit, and what I came across was this coffee enema thing that's apparently very popular. Mm-hmm. But there was a long discussion about these MLM coffee enema women that give that to their children.
If you've got all those skills that this lady claims, I'm gonna just skip what Creed just told me. And why? How are you now? You're in the cancer business, and we're bankrupt. We've lost everything. And now we're just gone to the guru of proprietary bankruptcy.
Oh, sorry, that was K.
That was K.
My comment. very effed. A gift begins with K, I believe.
Yeah,
Right?
K and
obstetrics and gynecology. I also trained with midwives so that I could learn how to do midwifery, and that was my introduction into holistic
midwifery.
care. I've gone to Ghana. I went to Bello University for 2 months for training there so that I could learn more of the clinician. How do you use your diet? And
Which doctor?
Yes, Northwest. We're not debating that. She's curing stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, we're not
As
even.
an OBGYN. She's curing
She's
stage
left.
4 cancer patients.
She's gave up on that legitimate medicine and doctrine to become a holistic cure person. Like,
Yeah. Don't think we're
detoxing the body will. I've seen too many people go with people like this because they're desperate. Because stage 4, you're at the you're desperate. You will try anything. And this is, I mean, allegedly, it sounds like a bunch of quackery that she's into now.
Sure, you're preying on people's last thing. It's terrible. Thank you. They call me Rose. 9 months
to help people reverse it. And I've also gone through naturopathic school in order to get the title of certified health and lifestyle practitioner, which is a CNH.
Now the Mr. Boykins, when he came up, he was living with you in the home. Is that correct?
No, sir. I have the 2 homes that are side by side.
Okay.
There's a primary home that is a split level that we've renovated the lower level into an office. And then there's the home that is next door that is a ranch style home, a 3-bedroom, where the patients will come and stay with their caregiver. Okay. Mr. Boykins was staying in the secondary home.
The patients, okay, the caregiver, okay.
Jay, I was actually kind of wishing the Judge Heard was going to ask a few more of those questions just to
yeah. Do you still have these licenses? Are you licensed in the state?
But I think that anybody who's going to go to court, even if you're dressed like that and portraying a doctor, I think you would understand the ramifications of coming into court and portraying a doctor. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that is really playing with fire. So maybe you don't need to. I don't know. I wish he would have asked though a little bit more, I guess. But
even that address.
No, he's not. I had to go through dispossessory and eviction and get a restraining order, a TPO, because of his physical and sexual attacks and some of the verbal attacks as well. And by God's grace, we just got on. I think it was Friday, we got the writ of possession revised, and the marshals should be coming and making an appointment within the next day or so.
Okay.
To throw them out?
Inappropriate touching. Is that what you're basing this matter on? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. So on September 3rd, that was the first time that we actually had an appointment in my office. But during the time before that, as I said, there was here and there an inappropriate statement that I would answer and refuse and just cordially moved on to the next thing. September 3rd, when we did the first appointment, I was speaking with him about how he needed to move out of the home because I don't have a lease. He's not paying utilities. We don't have a patient and he needs to move on. We had this conversation, and at the end of it, he said, okay, well, let's start over again. Let's see if we can do this by being friends. And he asked for a hug. I don't like to hug patients, but sometimes it gets a little awkward when you say, yeah, I want to touch you. So I thought 1 hug, no problem. But when he hugged me, he held me too long and pressing me into him inappropriately. So I ended up grabbing what part of his body I could get and just pushing him off and saying, okay, no more hugs for you. And he went on out the door. The next time,
she needs to watch that King of the Hill with That's Not My Purse. She can learn a lot from that episode.
Okay, so it's almost like allegedly a person who is of scrupulous means had fooled her into coming there with the promise of he was going to be bringing a patient who is stage 4 cancer, and then he doesn't. And then he's basically mooching off of her now for free room and board. And then she's going to be mad because he wants to rub up against her a little bit. I mean, inappropriate for sure.
Okay, no reason to yell at me. I thought that it was Kitch that said that. I'm sorry.
Good standings.
No, I know it was you.
Good standings.
That I saw him in the office appointment was 2 days later, September 5th. And when he asked for a hug, of course, I refused that. And at the exit, when it was time for him to go after the appointment was over, I was getting ready to close the door behind him. He stopped just over the threshold and took a step back in towards the threshold while I'm holding the doorknob and leaned at me and said, "Give me some sugar." I jumped back, startled again because he asked for a kiss at that point was just something that I never would have expected. And I shook my head no and waved him out the door, closed the door, locked it. The next day, when I had an opportunity to talk to him about it, I spoke with him and told him, because again, we're still in the same, in the building next door, talking about what do we need to do for the mortgage paperwork. I let him know this is not that kind of relationship. It's not going to be. And why would you even ask me about giving you some sugar? And so I was just joking. I said, well, let's not joke like that anymore. We're going to handle this business and we're going to be done with that, but no more hugs for you, no more touching, nothing. The next time that there was inappropriate contact was September 19th when we were sitting at the house next door. He was on the computer and we were working on a contract that was supposed to be the documents for mortgage relief and discharge of the mortgage. He was sitting facing his computer. I was sitting facing towards him. So if this is him at the computer, I'm facing at a 90-degree angle, sitting in a chair next to him. We're going over the contracts to read, to revise what needs to be changed to make it mutually protective. Because one of the things that he was supposed to do is to be able to place the home in a trust while he did whatever remedies that he did. So as we were reading out loud and saying, these are the things that I wanted changed, he turned to me with his right hand. My left hand was across my lap holding paperwork. He grabbed just above my wrist with his right hand and squeezed. And then he let go, and then he turned back towards the camera. And when I asked him, why did he do that? He said, these new reading glasses I got, I just wanted to see if your arm was really as big as the way that it looks in my glasses. Didn't say anything. Said, can we
Big
get
arm,
back
bitch.
to the document? So we start reading the document again, and then he turns back.
Let's go ahead. You actually, it seems here is in September 25th. Also, was there an incident that happened on September 25th? Because I'm sitting looking here at the police report.
Oh my God, she called the police.
Okay. And so all these incidents happened. Was there any incident that happened on September 25th?
Not that I can recall, sir.
Okay.
Everything that I'm telling you now happened on the 19th, and I reported it on the 20th or the 25th.
Okay.
So in that same sitting, which is on the 19th, he grabbed my arm and squeezed a second time, but went higher up towards the elbow, and then grabbed above the elbow and squeezed. And the last time that he grabbed behind my arm and grabbed my breast at the same time and squeezed. At that point, I grabbed his arms.
This dude's a player.
Very inappropriate. He
I want to show you. That's kind of how it happened right there. But
that's a good reenactment.
One hand was on the breast there.
Good job, Miguel. Good job.
Oh, she wasn't happy about that.
She wasn't happy about that. We all knew it. Well,
hope you have a great Thanksgiving, Miss Manning.
I hope so too. We all know people who are inappropriate touchers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
Rather large friend who
extremely
inappropriate touching
ruined my time at the beach.
Yeah, he doesn't. He would always put it on drinking. Maybe this guy drinks. Maybe he's unbeknownst to her, a drinker.
Maybe he's
but definitely wrong. You don't do that.
Listen, when you stand at that threshold, right, and you lean in a little bit and you say, "Give me some of that sugar."
Give Daddy some sugar, baby.
He's talking to you, Jay.
He's talking to you, JJ.
Thank you, 5 to the main channel. Appreciate you, Jay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this MMM, whatever it's called, thing that we're doing.
Pushed him off of me, jumped up from the chair and said, "Don't touch me." And I stood on the other side of the room about 6 feet away from him and told him, "I don't like this and I don't want you touching me anymore. I already told you no more hugs." But during that time, he had been saying he wants me to be his lady and then he can do these things as my man instead of as a client. He invited me to come over and spend more time with him, which I refused. I wrote these things down. He also told me to stop asking questions and let him do his process. That I have to get his contracts signed and notarized before he'll engage. But
okay, let's kind of focus on the incident at hand, the incidents, because obviously, yeah, we're talking about here provoking and inappropriate touching, not about contracts.
Right.
Could be some importance, but it's not related to this situation here. Okay.
Yes,
More touching.
I apologize. That was before.
No,
this
you're okay.
Okay.
You're okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, because he made mention of how we needed to be closer, spend more time together. I declined. He apologized for his past behavior, said he missed the touch of a woman, wanted me to hug him and melt into him.
Whoa!
That during the first appointment that we were together, that he had something wrong with his penis and he still wanted me to check it. He wanted to know when I'd be able to check it, and kept walking past me because now I was standing 6 feet away from him.
All right, I'm not making jokes about the fact this is getting really
raw.
It started with the long hug. I can laugh a little bit about that.
Even the come give me some sugar.
But now
the titty touching.
It's all professional. I just want you to check me out. I got something wrong with my dick.
And I'm sorry, I'm over here writing down the pickup line of melt into you. I feel like I can use that somewhere at some point.
It's a pretty good one. Seriously, that is quite.
I mean, I don't know what it means exactly, melting into somebody, but it seems like it might be a good pickup line.
Yeah,
I'll ask Knox. He could tell me. He's king of the pickup lines.
Georgia, I believe, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, and I saw Kelly had said that in New York she had some issues with her license there, and like Kay said, she is fully licensed. I don't know what she's licensed to do in Georgia. I don't know if that means can she be a OBGYN or should she just be checking penises? I don't know if that's a OBGYN thing. I don't think it is. I don't think the Y is for penis.
I do. I like that idea, actually.
And he would get up, walk to the refrigerator to get something, and come back by standing inappropriately too close, so that I had to push him away at least 4 different times over the next 1 to 2 hours while we were doing the contract.
Wow.
So each time that he came near, I was pushing him with an open hand at first, and then that was the first 2 times. And then the second time, I started pushing him with the back of my hand, telling him, "Don't touch me. I do not want to hug you. I don't want you to touch me. We're not doing any of those things."
Yes.
That ended basically that particular session. The next day, which was the 20th, we were on our way to get the contract signed. He became verbally aggressive because the kindness or the physical I wouldn't allow any of those. As I declined those, he became more and more verbally abusive and started yelling at me. So in my car, he became threatening and started threatening that I would lose my house, and got louder and louder. And I honestly, sir, do not recall how I got back home from there because I was so terrified. And he said I had to sign the documents that he gave me. Otherwise, I was going to lose my home. I just put my first name and UD next to that. And then I cannot recall how we got back home. As soon as I got home, I sent rescissions on the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd, letting him know we're done with everything. You need to move out. And that was when I started calling the police to alert them also to these things that had happened. And I think that is the crux of everything that I had to share with you. The TPO was filed, and you have a copy of that. September 27th, I believe, is when Judge Scott approved it, and then he breached that 2 times, October 10th and then October 12th after that. So,
okay, what happened when he breached though? Was another incident report taken?
Yes, on October 10th, you should have another incident report. There should be a total of, I think, 7 or 8 police reports that you have any evidence that I submitted to you. On one of them, he was doing intimidating things like driving up behind me in my driveway, because remember the houses are side by side, and he could have just ridden straight into his. He did not. He followed me up the driveway, and I thought he was going to try and pin me into the garage, but he didn't. He then veered off, drove across the grass, and went into the yard. next door. I immediately called the police after I thought he was going to be coming after me, and the police took that report. The next one after that was filing that I don't.
Sorry, let me just, because we're only dealing with one of them. Okay, that's the situation. I do appreciate the additional information. I do find there's sufficient probable cause in this to issue a warrant against Mr. Boykin.
It's Sally, right? We need to remind everybody, and anybody who's came in past this part, we've gotten to these allegations where he's being a creep, no doubt. But let's not forget, she did point out that, first of all, he's in jail for helping lots of people, and that they were, I think, if I get this right, they were kind of in business together for healing and stopping stage 4 cancer in cancer patients. Yeah. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. And that
we're not questioning her legitimacy as a OBGYN or a dentist or these other things. There are some questionable things.
There's a lot of questionable things, but let's not forget about all that. And let's not forget about the fact that she's in terrible financial trouble at the moment also. There's that. There's a lot to this one.
Maybe you shouldn't be getting help from a guy in jail and let him stay at your house. But again, no excuse for the shit he's doing either.
No, not at all.
Mr. Boykin, there's no response. There's no one here on behalf of Mr. Boykin. Mr. Boykin was sent the notice and he failed to respond to it and failed to show up here today.
Shocker.
She said, "Don't tell me no lies and keep your hands to yourself."
Yes, Georgia
against Mr. Boykin. But we do need for you to come down to the clerk's office and actually sign it. Madam, what day is that?
Mr. Boykin's going back to jail, folks.
Are you asking me, sir?
No, Madam Clerk.
I'm here.
By the way, $5.
What day is what?
That she was, and if she did the warrant.
Thank you for the PP.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
She needs to sign it. So,
okay. You asking me what day she can come down to sign?
Yes, ma'am.
It just depends on how long you want to give.
Sally with 10 to the main channel. I feel kind of bad. We can't promise you coleslaw wrestling this week, but we promise you something good for members only on Friday.
Probably a very Thanksgiving-y themed.
We're gonna get festive. We're gonna
it's gonna be stuffing and cranberry sauce wrestling this week.
There you go. I like that idea.
Thank you, Sally Board.
Nobody, of course, Thanksgiving starts.
Right. That's what I want to know. That's what. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to.
So,
tomorrow.
Between tomorrow and Wednesday, or either,
Okay. She said she can come tomorrow.
Yes. Ma'am.
Okay. So between 8:30 and 5.
And where do I
come? 5, so preferably by 4:30.
8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Where do I come?
I will send you the address in the chat. Actually, what I'm going to do is just send an email to you with the instructions on what to do to come down.
Thank you. That's so much better for me.
I'll send it to you probably tonight.
Lisa B, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
The gift of giving.
Dr. Goodman, you are excused.
Thank you.
Well, she got what she wanted.
Yeah.
On to the next creed.
I guess so.
Really quick. Awful. We're not sitting here condoning what this man's done. This man's obviously law enforcement knows what's up with him. He was in jail when she was talking to him about getting help. Not a good idea. Never take financial advice from a guy in jail. Never invite him to your home. Don't sit there for 2 hours pushing his hands away from you. Really a bad idea all the way around. Both of them
definitely
should be careful what they wish for. Creed, now going on to a TPO hearing, or PPO, depending on what you want to call it. A mother and daughter. God, I hate to see this, but it does look like we're looking at before and after.
It does. Quite
similar.
A bit. The same with up top. The younger version district court judge is right there, and then the farther away, because you don't want to see it up close, like we have with Karen down here. That's a before and after. Also, hope you enjoyed it.
Huge.
2 Utes.
Couple of Utes.
McCombs, just need you to unmute.
Who is there at Karen's house telling her how to get this video going?
I don't know if her house is a car, though.
Do you think that maybe Colleen is over to Karen's house? Is that what you mean? In a car, maybe, possibly?
Gotta keep. Oh, I
Maybe
can
she's
hear
like,
you.
I can't come inside, so I'll just park
Karen
out here and talk to you.
Yes.
All right. So
Oh, is it
that's
between
both,
these two?
Yeah, mom and daughter.
Between mom and daughter.
4-2.
Oh, God.
And Karen McCombs. Whoops.
It's the holidays, for
Karen
God's sakes.
McCombs has filed and
It's a tearjerker.
gotten a temporary restraining order against Colleen McCombs. And we're here for this hearing now. And I see that you were served notice, Colleen McCombs, at our hearing.
Jennifer, thank you. You guys are making this a complete success, and I appreciate you guys a ton because, again, like Mikey said, it's the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, we get a piece, obviously helps us out, helps the channel out, and somebody gets an entire month. And not only just to see, but you can go back and watch the old ones. Jonathan, one over on the main channel, also appreciate
Holiday is made, baby. Thank you, guys.
I hate that this is between these two. That's kind of
Yeah, you know, maybe by the end we can patch it up and twist them. Let us help.
October 30th. And so here we are now to have
holiday
hearing.
miracles.
So I'm going to put you both under oath, and then I'll hear from both of you. So first, Karen McCombs, if you could raise your right hand with me. And Karen McCombs, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, and you might need to get closer to your microphone and speak up.
That a little bit.
That's getting better. And then Colleen McCombs, if you'd raise your right hand with me. Colleen McCombs, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So going back to Karen McCombs, then I've read your petition and I'm just gonna, and you'll notice both of you that I'm looking down here because I have a screen that has our court file. And as I'm listening to you, I'm also referring to the petition and documents in the court file, to see if I have any questions. But I am listening, just so you know, that's what I'm doing. So Karen McCombs, then anything else you would like to say to support? I mean, are you still asking for this order against Colleen McCombs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And let me then ask Colleen McCombs, do you object to having this order issued?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Back to Karen McCombs. Then Karen McCombs, anything else you'd like to say?
There's not a whole lot of evidence for to back my case, but no, I guess, Your Honor, there really isn't. This.
Well done.
You're going to rule however you need to rule, and I will just keep
Well
going
said.
on.
Well said.
All right. So the most recent event.
Well said. You know what else is well said? When your boy Mikey sits here and he says, you know what, boys and girls, the day is complete. Over under 1. Young friend Creed freezes in time. We will continue on as I remind you, giving is giving when it's giving. Hey, that's right. We're in the midst of the mega membership marathon, asking you to give back to your fellow man. Now, don't get Miss Karen upset over here. She looks mad.
So
she's a Hellcat.
Creed frames, like the last 4 of them, have all come when I'm working on this one specific tab, which is Firefox.
Oh, what a great movie that was.
And it did it the other day or yesterday 2 times when I was searching for a sound thing. So that is so odd. Figure that out. Did you hear her say that something happened with the toolbox when she was over to the house? Did you hear that, or did it?
No, we just had heard her beautiful revelation of
Yeah,
You're gonna say
absolutely.
what you're gonna say when you got to say it, baby.
There really isn't. It's you're gonna judge,
I backed it up a second.
rule however you need to rule, and
Thank you, Kathleen.
I will just keep going on.
All right. So the most recent event, October 14th, you said your daughter spent the night and there was something about a toolbox. And so your daughter occasionally spends the night. Is this your house or rental or what?
My home. This is my house. Yes.
All right. And so, so you allow her as a guest in your home?
Being as she's my daughter, yes, occasionally, and she does help me every great once in a while. But on this occasion, she asked me about the toolbox. It was a large truck toolbox, and it belonged to my work. She says, "Well, I just sold it, and they're coming to pick it up."
Uh-oh.
What?
And how do you sell something that's not even yours? Why would you even think about that?
Well, drug money, maybe?
That's where
Allegedly.
I
Maybe.
pretty much lost it because,
Yeah.
well, she's been taking things and selling them and doing just whatever she wants and running me over, bullying me to the point of where I just give up, and I needed to turn somewhere for some help because she's bigger than me. She's louder than me.
She's bigger and she's louder. Okie, thank you. One on the main channel. Appreciate that.
She's bigger than me. She's louder than me. And gosh darn it, people like me.
And she's really good at selling stuff that's not hers, apparently.
And I just can't go on with her doing what she's doing. So she's not going to be allowed here anymore.
Don't come around here.
So around this year, then does she come to your home uninvited? Then
yes,
this year
feels like it. Yeah,
feels like it. Bitches here all the time. Feels like it.
You have property around that has your belongings that you're alleging she's taking.
Yes,
and all right. And so this kind of came to a head the middle of October when you came to the court for this order about this toolbox. And then you talk about the past several years about the same sort of activity, a hot tub being taken, came to your work about 7 years ago. Are you still working?
Yes.
Or you came home from?
Very quickly, Erica, thank you. Tim Bone says, migraine and all. I spent my day with you all. And Kay, of course. Thank you. Appreciate you. I've seen lots of people begging people to take their hot tub because once they get a hot tub, they realize, oh, this is the last thing I'd ever want in a million years.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. Unless you're having like a swingers club at your house. What do you need a hot tub for?
Dude, I grew up with, went to school with actually just the other day, started out with, listen, $250, you remove it, it's yours. Damn thing's almost brand new. And it went down to 100. And then it went down to free. You just got to take it. And then last post, $100. I'll pay you to remove it. And it's very nice. I mean, it looks like it's in really good condition.
Were you working at you were working at Rock 105 when the hot tub giveaway happened, right?
Oh God, yes. I remember catching DT out there with another lady. He was out there getting a little frisky one night in the hot tub in the middle of a park, basically next to the
parking lot. Yeah,
yeah, right there.
Never
forget that. Sven, thank you. 2 bones. Happy turkey day to you.
It's how do you still? I mean, understand she just listed the toolbox, and somebody come and got it, and apparently she just let her take it. But a hot tub. You just said how hard it was the guy to, get somebody to come get the damn thing.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of surprised that you
that's a bulky item. It's big.
That's not something that old Colleen's going to go and throw in the back of the truck and, just.
No, she had to have some help with that.
Absolutely. KH, thank you. 1 month membership. Some lucky person on the main channel.
You know what they say, Creed? Methy hands make light work.
Okay, so we
Waiting
got
to see
kind of
this
a big
tooth of
gap
hers.
there, 7 years ago in October. So is it just because it's a constant thing?
It's pretty much been constant. I pretty much tried to not look at it, but it has gotten to the point. There was one instance
Not look at what, her
where
tooth?
she borrowed my car. She was going to be gone to Goodwill for an hour.
Oh yes.
Wenlaw, I agree. When we went to Stowe to Vermont a couple times, actually in school, for snowboarding, and I'll never forget the hot tubs outside when it's 10 degrees out, and snow all around you. That was actually pretty cool.
Sunday night, midnight that night. That was before I had my hips surgically replaced.
Ooh.
Sunday night at midnight, she comes into my car.
Mystic Lady, and keep it running 24/7 also, because gotta keep it hot, and bubbly.
Backs it into its spot, and her friend is with her, and they're gonna barbecue, and I was livid because
at midnight.
I had to go to work the next morning, and I didn't know where my car was, and she wouldn't answer her phone.
Barbecuing at midnight.
What was that about?
The next day, I went to put my seatbelt on. It didn't work. I got to work.
Lisa,
I asked Carl.
Good point. They make those the blow up like Coleman hot tubs and stuff.
Ooh, you're right, Lisa.
Lisa, you are.
Don't get past Lisa. Good job, Lisa. I didn't think of that.
Well, if he can fix it.
Me either.
He says, he goes, why isn't it working? I said, I don't know. And he goes, well, maybe this is why. And I turned around and looked. The whole side of my car was torn up.
Oh God.
Just completely.
But she didn't realize that till she was inside the car trying to buckle her seatbelt.
Yeah, and she drove to work and then got to work and said, "The damn thing ain't working. Get your seatbelt fastened. Your car is totaled on the other side." What? Did you think she parked it so she wouldn't see the effed up side?
2 months, Nancy. Thank you. Yeah, I had to. I mean, you go in and. I mean, if you.
I hate this girl for the things she's doing to her mother, but what pro move she has really got this down to a science.
Also, like if we didn't see Colleen, wouldn't we be guessing? Like if we did not see her and didn't know, and if just Mama Karen was here talking, wouldn't we think that she's like early 20s, just like
young teenage girl, just partying all the time, living her best life. Yeah, barbecued at midnight. Yeah. But no, midnight barbecuing because it's midnight.
What happened, do you think?
6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Yes, on a Sunday night.
And then
that time I let her borrow my car.
You say that she bullies you. What does that mean?
When she said that about the toolbox, I said that just go. Just leave, just go. Get out of my house. And she said no. A lot of times she'll say no and just stay. I'm powerless to do anything about it except call the police. And it takes a while for the sheriff to get out here. So
I was nowhere. When you came to the court, that she would not leave your home when you told her to leave. You said you were screaming, get out now. And she did not leave when you did that. Is that right?
He did leave finally after
How long did it take?
At least an hour.
6 months.
So you say also in your petition, and I'm not sure when all this, but you say that you're you're scared when she drinks. Then you talked about some damage. So when did that most recently happen, that she damaged your property when under the influence?
I don't exactly remember the date on that, or it was I know the sheriff was here and they'd been trying to figure out where she was.
Jason, I'm fired
today. She'd been hiding in a culvert, and she was cold and wet, and she just wanted to get.
She ain't living there, T. She just stops by from time to time to party.
In and out when she ain't got nowhere else to go. But she was hiding in a culvert, I believe she said, and she was wet and she was cold. Sad state of affairs.
I just love when Grigsby comes in and says the opposite of what every single 270 people in here, including us, thinks. Good to see you, Grigsby.
Some change of clothes. So she picked up a garden.
He says, he comes in and says, don't trust that Karen.
Never trust old people.
Orphan started banging on my back door, which is glass, to the point of leaving marks on it. And the sheriff said, do you want us to take her to jail? This is the hard part. I wanted her to go away, but I do want to go to jail. I don't know.
Is that why you're asking for an order? Because you're feeling powerless?
Yes.
Oh, good answer.
It's futile.
If you were to be granted an order, if the court finds a legal basis to this, you know that
And
you
his
would
cats.
have to enforce it by calling law enforcement.
Yes.
And it doesn't change things on its own. You have to do something.
Yes. I
And
understand.
if you were to invite, you ask for this order, you go through all this, we have a hearing, the court does, if I find that there's a legal basis to do this,
I think so.
then if you invite your daughter over, you're defeating all the work you've done. If you don't enforce the order, you're defeating all the work you've done. You understand that?
There will be no inviting her over.
And that's up to you. You wouldn't be in any legal jeopardy if you decided to violate the own order that you've asked for, but you just have to understand that that's what you're asking for. You're saying, I don't want anything to do with her going forward. Done. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask a couple more questions here about your petition, and then we're going to turn to your daughter, but I need to understand better.
Aaron?
Yeah.
That's not the first time that we've seen that judge do something like that, right? Like kind of push the person into what they should be doing.
Yeah, it seems like it started right away, though. If you notice, if you go back when she asked her, "Is there anything you want to tell me other than this stuff here?" and she's like, "Well, you'll do what you gotta do when you gotta do it, Judge." And then the judge is like, "Okay, I'm going to hold her hand through this," and she did. And if she wasn't an older lady, she probably wouldn't do it.
That's true.
If the shoe was on Colleen's methy foot, she wouldn't help her walk through.
In some cases, it makes sense for the judge to do that. We've seen a few times where it was a little, not in particularly with her, but we've seen it before where we're kind of pushing into a.
I saw some people say leading. Yes, she was definitely leading, but she had to get any information.
She's not old enough to not have a job, anyways. And
She's working.
So good for her.
My grandmother worked into her 70s, full-time job, just for fun.
When you say that, so we talked about her taking the pitchfork and going at your back door. Do you have any concept of when that happened? Was it this year? Or
ouch, that would hurt.
That would hurt.
Months
Was it-
ago?
So it was a couple years ago, I think.
Okay, a couple of years ago. All right. And this year, you think, have you had an occasion where you were frightened by her when she was under the influence?
No, not this year.
In the back door, Steve.
And so this year,
scratched it up.
okay, go ahead. So this year then, the October event brought you into court, taking your belongings, bullying you, not leaving your home when you tell her to go. This year, what else can you kind of tie into this year?
Yeah, just little things, basically of getting rid of my possessions for me.
Is that what we're going to call it? I'll call it stealing, but okay.
So that means getting rid of your possessions for you. That, are you telling me that you told her to do that or didn't?
No, there's
Do you remember what items?
Then say
we
it,
were
Mama.
picking up garbage up and down the road, and the people that were helping me said, "Hey, we found one of your kitchen stools. It's in the ditch here."
Why is she laughing?
Well, please
Colleen is
bring
laughing.
it back up. I've driven home from work and seen my possessions at the end of the road.
Oh my God.
Free. It's like, wait a minute. This isn't yours to decide for. This is mine. I just don't consider that helping.
Are we throwing parties so big that furniture's getting out by the roadside? Is that what?
There's no telling what Colleen's up to when she's drinking, Creed. Her drinking problem makes her do all kinds of really stupid things, like knock her teeth out.
You can definitely you can tell she's a mother, because here she is with saying,
making excuses.
Yeah.
Not coming out and saying, hey,
right.
You know, she's stealing my stuff. She's throwing it up and down the side of the damn road.
I mean, the judge almost like just said to her, "Can you please call it what it is? Please, we're in court." But
it's a shame. But that's not
a shame. Miss K, thank you. 5. And we got a case. Appreciate you.
Don't understand her idea of helping if that's what it is.
No, it's not.
That's not helping.
People that
no
she's been with. There's been she used to live in the world of live, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
She's a big fan of GNR.
Now it's get them before they get you.
She's a
if you don't have it and you want it, take it. I didn't
like that laugh.
I don't want.
I didn't like that laugh when she had said that about finding the stool. What did she call it? A culvert down the way.
Yeah, it's I mean, she's not taking this shit serious. She thinks it's okay to do these things.
Yeah,
I bet she's an only child.
What's that supposed to mean?
Because then, if there wasn't, the other siblings would have beat her ass by now for doing this.
Good point. She walks around that house going, Mom, when you leave, this is all something that I have to take care of.
Yeah, I might as well start decluttering now.
Yeah, you call it vandalizing.
I'd like my inheritance now before you die.
Colleen hasn't even opened up her mouth and I already hate her.
All right, and so you don't.
Mikey, this ain't a repeat. That's another one. 5 onto the main channel. Miss King's killing it. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Or she just is on drugs, or both.
There isn't any court action or anything that your daughter is involved with that would allow her a guardianship or say in your affairs, right? Or is there?
I don't understand what you just asked.
Oh, you're not.
There's a parent court involved that's saying Ms. Colleen McCombs can have some authority over your decision.
I'm trying to figure.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
So anything else you want to say before I turn to Colleen McCombs?
Agreed, Josephine.
I understand I'm not considered by the criteria of the law a vulnerable adult, and yet I consider myself vulnerable because I work in Tacoma. I'm an hour away from my house. When somebody calls me at work and says this is going on, I can try to call her. She won't answer her phone. Even when she took the hot tub, I called her and said, "Do not take anything from my house." She said, "Okay," well, and then took off with it. How can I trust anything she says?
Go ahead.
No, that's about it, Judge. Really, that sums it up, basically.
An hour to work and an hour back.
You said
she's a legend.
That you didn't know what's going to happen when she finds out that you applied for this order. What does that mean? Tell me what you were worried about there.
He was going to react in a bad way. He's been cognizant of it and not come around. So I'm very glad for that. It makes my life a little more settled.
Welcome, Sheila. This is our friend Karen, our friend District Court Judge, and
oh, look at Kitty.
Colleen. We don't like Colleen.
I've just gotten word, Creed, from the guys in the truck.
Yeah.
it takes her an hour to get there, an hour back, but it's typically a 15-minute drive. She just drives really slow.
Okay, all right.
where I can take care of my own things and do what I need to do.
What does react in a bad way mean? What were you afraid she was going to do?
I had no idea, really. I mean, no. If she's drinking, she does one thing, but then she'll say one thing and do something else. I had no idea, really. I just was leery about what might happen.
Dennis Leary.
Think she would harm you or your property? Was that what you were thinking?
Yes, property. She doesn't make good decisions a lot of times.
No shit.
Okay. All right. Well, let me turn to Colleen McCombs and hear her response to your request for this order. So, Colleen McCombs, that's just it. What would you like to say in your response to this request for this order?
I object against the order, and also all in all, she's my mother, and I will leave.
That's the first chance we've seen. We've seen that mouth.
Like some of her teeth are like doubled up. It looked like and then there's like some weird
request for this order.
I object.
I object to that mouth. Oof. I've never touched drugs a day in my life, Your Honor. I have gingivitis.
Not gingivitis.
Against the order, and also all in all, she's my mother, and I will leave her alone. I don't want her to be stressed out. I don't want her to feel that way, period. But you know, if God heaven forbid anything happened to her,
she's like a methy vampire.
Did you want to say anything about the allegation from October in the toolbox?
No, I really don't, just because that's basically the only there's no proof of anything. However, I just don't want my mom to be not stressed out and where she can live her life and do whatever. I'll leave her alone. I have no issue with that.
Can you comment on her statement that she was in the petition screaming at you to get out and it took about an hour for you to leave? Can you talk about that from your point of view?
Yeah, she did lose it, so to speak. She was yelling at me or whatever. That's no big deal. However, no big deal for me, except for the fact that I did leave about half hour, 45 minutes after she was drilling me out the house. And that's fine. I don't need to be living at my mother's house or staying with my mother or whatever, but I'm surprised she hasn't given me credit for more of the things that I have done for her more than what I haven't done for her. And that's just,
yeah. So, what did you do in that half hour, 45 minutes before you left?
Just trying to find a ride.
Okay. Calling around and trying to find a ride?
Yes, correct. That time I did not tell her no. I just listened. I just did found a ride to get out of there.
Okay. Anything you want to say about a hot tub incident?
No comment.
All right.
Ooh, you did it all.
Anything you want to say about? Go ahead.
I love my mother, and I know she loves me, and she wants me to have the best or do the best or whatever, but I object against this protection order.
So
can't steal her stuff if you can't get in there.
All right.
Good point. But she loves her.
Because out of everybody in this world, there's only gonna be two people that love her the most. That's me and my brother.
Oh, there's a brother. Where's his ass at?
Well,
doing something?
and
he's in rehab.
There isn't any superior court that's given you guardianship rights.
No.
Sure. And
Thank
you
God.
don't have. This isn't where you live. You're just invited to come visit when your mom invites you.
When she needs my help, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And
what
then,
a user!
It's been my mailing address. It's been my mailing address for the past since we moved into Yelm, like 22 years ago.
Oh my. Well, and so how does that work?
I'm
If it's
not
your
sure.
mailing address?
I still don't have another mailing address. But
in the past, for the last 20 years, would you get your mail if it was going to your mom's house?
To my mom, that's how I would get my mail. Is
you would
there.
stop by, or she would tell you there was mail, and you'd come pick it up.
Yeah, I would get an email in my email saying what emails or what is coming in the mail that day. I don't anymore, but yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
I would,
that acceptance letter to Harvard's coming any day now.
Anything else I should consider about what she's written her petition or what we heard from her today, or anything else you want to say about it all?
No. That's, I mean, if about the anything that's criminal is really irrelevant to this case. If it were to be that way, but it's not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not making any findings there that anyone's done any criminal act here. Is there evidence of unlawful harassment under the civil law here that
We figured out where the brother is, Mikey. Brother
that's
had stage 4 cancer and seeing a dentist for it in an OBGYN.
Real quick before we start that back, real quick.
Yeah.
Miss K, thank you so much for you got the bell.
The bell? Yes, I do. I do. Really?
Fiffy Bones, baby.
Thank you for dinner, Miss K.
Woo-wee. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Woo-wee.
And hallelujah.
To see if I have.
We mentioned that Miss K is the accountant.
Yeah, she's
year.
She's cooked the books for us all year long.
Exactly.
Any other questions? I'm just going to peruse the information before the court before I read you both.
She wants to be able to go somewhere for Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, Heidi, you're too kind.
You guys really, you guys could be really brutal, and I love it.
You guys pulling no punches today.
I just know that Harvard had a GED class.
Both Karen and Colleen McCombs, what I'm doing is applying the law under 7105, and from the petition and from what I've heard today, I do find that there was unlawful harassment as defined under the civil law.
Surprise,
to allow
surprise.
the court to issue an order against him as Colleen McCombs to stay away from your mom.
Thanks, Will.
And I'm going to issue that for a year. And Karen McCombs, you have, if within 3 months of this expiration of this in 2024, you think the court should extend this order longer, then we would have another set of hearings and give Colleen McCombs the opportunity to be heard again about whether that should or shouldn't happen. But I do.
Crazy J Voices, thank you for the 5 bones and welcome.
Her teeth are bad. They're bad, man. They are so bad. They're top level because it's not only missing, and some of them are like jagged and really misshapen. And
that's odd. Usually you'll see some that are just up, but I think somebody had mentioned it where there's some missing down below. They're up top in a couple different spots, and it's
pretty wild. Not gonna lie.
Find that given the history, given the recent events, that there has been unlawful harassment committed against you, Karen McCombs, by Colleen McCombs, and that gives the court the authority under the law to issue this order. So, Colleen McCombs, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Or I have a comment, actually. I wasn't sure. My friends do go over to her house and help her out and everything. And I haven't told my.
Oh, shit. Why did that do that, Creed? Creed, are you okay? Everybody, Creed's not doing well. I think something happened to him. Oh, I know what it was. Once again, I will reflect on what we've just seen here. Colleen's got some information she wants to give us. I don't know what it could possibly be. Maybe she's going to tell us that, she's quit drinking. Oh, wow. Look, now Creed is just like, The video went away. Creed is back. Like, wow, that's really weird, right? Creed, are you okay?
He was drunk as a skunk.
Creed, you're drunk as...
That was three of the longest Creed frames today I think we've ever had.
I don't know, but can we get the video back up? She was about to make an announcement.
We can, but the damn thing started over again. So give me just a second.
That's all right. Just jump to the end. She's got a proclamation.
Combs, you can't direct someone to go to your mom's either. You can't indirectly through others contact your mom or
double F.
This order should not be in place, really. Because that's completely unfair.
Well, it's
I'll leave her alone.
Hear what I issued before, and we'll talk about the provisions so it's not confusing. And you'll have a copy of this available to you in the court file. Your Zoom instructions give you that information.
What the hell? Go back. You skipped the announcement.
Colleen McCombs. She left at her own accord. So, Karen McCombs, I'm signing off.
Okay. Let it do its thing. It's a climactic ending. I hate for us to miss it. I really hate for us to miss it. Miss it. It's thinking about it. It's taking its time.
Doesn't like that 40-minute mark.
No, it don't.
Within 3 months of this expiration of this in 2024, you think the court should extend this order longer, then we would have another set of hearings and give Colleen McCombs the opportunity to be heard again about whether that should or shouldn't happen. But I do find that given the history, given the recent events, that there has been unlawful harassment committed against you, Karen McCombs, by Colleen McCombs, and that gives the court the authority under the law to issue this order. So, Colleen McCombs, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Or I have a comment, actually. I've been...
Erica, are you talking about another PP check? Because we just did.
I'll do another one. I'm on it.
Do it.
I wasn't sure. My friends do go over to her house and help her out and everything. And I haven't told anybody yet, but except for one friend that does still go over there, that I just recently found out I was
pregnant.
I thought
off on this order.
Was that
God, I hope the baby doesn't have her teeth.
Oh, by the way, look at that. Oh, that is a great shot of them right there. Great place.
She is with child, Creed. She has procreated. Congratulations to her, and congratulations to us, because we're so beloved.
We are.
Out of the kindness and love of it says a joint PP, a double PP for you and me from Erica and Kay. I guess they pulled their monies together. They had a paper route. They cut a lot of grass this summer, and they sent us 50 bones too. So hit the bell, baby.
Damn, you guys are really killing it. I appreciate it so much.
We'll be eating good in the neighborhood today. Wow, what an incredible day of court. I'm
incredible day of giving as well.
It has been a good day of giving.
I feel bad for Karen.
She's inviting that girl over to eat. She'll be there slurping
how long for Thanksgiving?
Mashed potatoes betwixt her teeth. I mean,
feel bad for it.
You know it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Just let it happen.
That's what I say every night. It never works.
It's going to happen. Just let it.
Oh, wow. All right, Creed, are you ready? I'm going to hit this button. I do. You start reading.
I am ready. The Hot Tub Time Machine Express, Triple H with some gifts, Sweet Tea with a gift. Chris, thank you. Flush, so they call me Rose. Gary, Jay Faye, who really got us laughing.
Oh, that was good stuff.
Kathy with a big PP, thank you. Sally Port with the big gifts. Lisa Bebe, Jennifer, thank you. Jonathan.
Jonathan.
I love it. Okie, thank you. Erica, I hope you feel better. Sven, thank you. KH, Miss K, thank you. Miss K again. Mayor with a gift. Miss K again to the big purple. Crazy J voices, thank you. And Erica and K. Not just Miss K. K-A-Y. KLF. 3 a.m. eternal. Thank you guys a ton. Appreciate it. All the gifts though. That is
it is a lot. We appreciate you guys. You're having a baby too. Congratulations.
Congrats. Glad to hear that.
That's always a gift that just keeps on taking a child. Big thank you. Mega membership marathon rolls on. It's the Funk. Good to see you, Funk. We'll be back for We Got a Chase. You just rolled in perfect timing, right? You can rewind and watch all you want. Everybody who got a gift today, you can go back and watch all the members onlys you want. There's tons of them. Have a good time. You've got your weekend and week planned.
Good times.
Good times. Good times. We'll see you back here for We Got a Chase Taco Tuesday. We love you guys. Stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned, because top guys just they do all kinds of top guy things. Take a bow. Take a bow.